I was too excited. I would go and buy the Louis Vuitton bags. The Gucci at the time in Sandton was still at the bottom. There was no Gucci. There was no diamond area in Sandton at the time. Gucci was downstairs. And whenever I walked into Gucci with that man, the doors would close because he was there to spend big money. And that was my life. I remember one time having a visitor. And I was told there's a lady that would like to see me. And she had come and invaded a private space that I was in with my friends. Here I am turning up with my friends, and I'm told there's someone that's looking for me. And when I went to meet this person, it was an elderly woman, beautiful woman. And she said, "You Pandora, right?" I'm like, "Yes, but I don't know you, Ankwazi." She introduced herself and she said, "I am the wife to your boyfriend." And I was like, "What? Wife to who?" My boyfriend is with me every day. I drive to work with him every day. Every weekend he's sleeping at my place. And she said, "I am the woman that is married to, and I'm going through a divorce." And one statement she made was, he's had women in his life before, but you, it's different. And I had to come and see you face to face and tell you that just be careful what you're getting yourself into. He's a womanizer. He's played these games. And I, as his wife, I've tolerated this for years. You are young, you are beautiful, you can find yourself a young boyfriend like you. I gave that woman attitude. You know when you are attached in a love web. It's a web. And then you put the cherry on top of the cake. You are attached sexually. It is difficult for you to detach. I gave her attitude. I told her that I'm not going anywhere. I'm the wrong person that she's speaking to. If she had to speak to anyone, she should speak to the man. And I even told her, "Oh, by the way, he's coming here to join us. If you want to, you can wait." She looked at me and she said, "All I can say is I feel sorry for you. You are young, you are naive, you know nothing about life." That woman was there to empower me. That woman was there to be my blind spot. But because I lacked wisdom, because I had no foundation of knowing the higher power, because when you know God, you start fearing God. And that is how you get to respect other human beings. That is how you get to humble yourself. But I was so arrogant. I had so much ego. And I thought my beauty was everything. And I thought I was the it girl. And I left her standing. And I was like, I gotta carry on with my life. My man is coming, I'm with my friends. I'm doing my thing. And I left her standing. I went there and I told my friends what had happened. And when I had told them what happened, it was a joke amongst ourselves. My friends were laughing that an old woman is coming to call out on a young girl because she's lost out. I always say in my talks, your associations and your relationships will determine where you're going with your future. I was hanging out with the people that I had lessons to learn in order for me to grow in my becoming. Where I am right now and who I've become, I respect people of that caliber, but those are the tables that I no longer belong to. Because now I've become better. Why? Because when you know better, you do better. I remember my man came that evening and I told him what happened. He phoned his wife in my presence and he called her out and he told her, "But I've separated from you, I've left you. I had left you years before Pandora came into the picture. Now I'm just finalizing it with a divorce because I'm going to get married to Pandora. Why are you chasing Pandora? Leave her alone. I felt like I had won. You know, when you've been in a marathon and you just won the game, I was like, there's no one better than me on earth. This man just called another woman. And at that time, I thought that is what life was all about. Little did I know that karma has no address. You reap what you sow in life. We continued with this relationship. Now I could start coming to his house. And then I realized that all that time I could not go to his house. He was probably still with her. Did I ask that question? Yes, I did. And he denied it, and I believed him. But at the subconscious mind, I knew that it's okay. He chose me at the end. I could go to his mansion in Dainfern and sleep in his house. With no time, I had moved in. But now when I moved in with him, and February that year on Valentine's Day, he proposed marriage. When I had it, I felt some kind of way. You know, when you live with someone, you start to see the person for who they really are. Because clubbing for me was not really my scenes. I love nature. I love game reserves. I love quiet spaces. I love reading books. That is who I am. That is my turn up. I started saying to him, I can't do this club things with you every weekend. And he had random trips where he's leaving. All of a sudden, he's traveling more out of Joburg. And with that time, there would be times where I had friends who would call me in the clubs and say, hey girl, your man is here with another girl. I used to console myself and say, but he's getting married to me. At the end of the day, I am the one that he's getting married to. My relationship became a reality where I was no longer happy. I became an alcoholic. There was a bar in our house. I used to drink. It came with a lot of control and physical abuse. Whenever I started raising my voice and asking questions, I was beaten. And then I was asked, how much am I making through events in the nightclubs? And I told him, and he said, look, all I want is a housewife. I don't want a wife that's exposed to other men. My colleagues and my friends, they're going to think I can't afford my wife. If you are busy hanging out in clubs once a month and doing what you're doing, so I'll give you an allowance. At that time, I'm working as well. And he told me, don't you want to do another business? What else do you love? I don't want to say, I'm not about fashion. I'm a stylish girl. I love clothes. I love beautiful things. And I said to him, okay, fine. I'd rather have a store where I'm selling clothes. Then I started doing research on that. And then I discovered that people stock in Guangzhou, China, Hong Kong, Turkey. Then I went to the grounds. I resigned from my job because my fiance and I'm getting married and I'm planning my wedding. This guy doesn't want a woman that works. And at that moment, it sounds good. You become excited, house executive. But not all women are born to be house executive. I am definitely not a house executive. I've got so much to do. And when I was traveling, I found that I had more peace when I'm outside of the country, going to stock for my business, because now I'm no longer working. I'm no longer doing my club events. And what life was all about now is that Pandora is selling clothes. She's traveling overseas and bringing clothes into the country. But in the midst of it all, I noticed that I am unhappy. The only time I'm happy is when I'm out of the country. And I started speaking to my best friend, Ulongi. May his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. And I started speaking to Ulongi. That Longi, I'm getting married. I've got this driver that drives me around. I've got these black cards. I can shop wherever I want, but I'm not happy. And Ulongi, he was like, friend, We need to come up with a plot on how we're going to get you. Do you want to get out? And I said, yes. And I started opening up to him that I get beaten up. This is what happens. He's cheating on me. I remember there was a time when I went to Cape Town and I came back early and I caught him with a woman in our house. I went to Crescent Clinic with depression. And I came out and I held on to the relationship. I remember holding on to what you think is love. When you don't know your worth, those are the consequences of your decisions. And Ulonke was the only person that could sit with me for about 3 months before my wedding. We had a plan. We lied. We said he's got an interview in Joburg and he needs to come to Joburg, so he needs to stay with us. Hey, I was staying in a 6-bedroom mansion in Dainfern, so it's only the 2 of us in the house. And he said, no, Longi can come and stay with us. Longi can be here. Ulongi flew in and we started plotting my exit. And it got to a space where it was even difficult. You know, when a woman, before they break up, they have broken up mentally. It was difficult for me to even have sex with him. I used to drink to numb myself, just to have sex with him. But whenever he left for work, because I'm running my own thing, I'm selling clothes, Ulonke and I, we would sit and plot that, okay, fine, friend, this is how we're going to do it. This is our strategy. But where are we going to go? I started speaking to a few friends. No friends wanted to help us with accommodation. And then I spoke to a lady who used to do my hair, Susan, Nigerian woman. She was from Nigeria, working in Randburg. She used to do my weaves. And I told Susan that I need to get out. I'm being beaten up. This is what I'm going through, but I'm with my friend and we're going to need a place to stay. And Susan said, you can come and stay with me. Susan was staying in a communal house. The day I told him I was leaving, it was a big war in the house. He beat me up right in front of my friend, and my friend fought for me. And my friend said, if you want to kill her, you have to go through me. But remember that you're in the public eye, so you can't. And then the only retaliation he had was to say, give me all my cards, give me all my clothes. You're not going to walk away out of my house with my things. And that was the price I had to pay. But if that was the meaning of my freedom, I was willing to walk away with nothing. I literally walked away with a sport bag to show off my rich life. That was the beginning of my life. That was my liberty. That was the birthing of Pandora Mabai, the advocate of change. We moved to Randburg in a communal house and stayed with Susan. Lonke and I were sleeping on a mattress on the floor because Susan had a son that she was sleeping with on her bed. And then Susan's housemates reported Susan to the landlord that she's actually squatting people in her room. That was our ticket back to Cape Town with Ulonke, because he was from Cape Town as well. And we went back home because we were chased out of the house of where we were staying. Life happened again. I went home and I continued with life as if nothing has ever happened. I never went for therapy. I never went for counseling when I got home, because we as Black people, we never associated ourselves with such. Only now, when I was in my healing process, when I started speaking, when I started dealing with other individuals, I realized the importance of healing self first. And that is when I went for therapy.